How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to talk about today is basically taking a look at the document part of the Python function. So Python has many built-in functions, and if you do not know how to use it, you can read a document online or find some books. But Python has a built-in document function for every built-in functions. Please write a program to print some Python built-in functions documents such as apps, int, raw input, and a document for your function. So I don't think it's raw input. I think it's input for Python 3. Anyhow, the built-in function method is __doc. So I guess what we can do here is, if we want to see, let me see. I think it's a dot notation to print out its function. So if I want to see the documentation of the apps function, this is how I do it. DOC. Make sure you don't have typo. I guess this is sort of the operator returning the absolute value of the arguments. Interesting. So I guess that's the description of what it's going on. Print, what about int dot __ doc __. I think that should give us what an integer function is. There you go. So it gives us a document what an integer function. Turns the absolute value of an argument, so index int, space 10, convert number string to integer, return 0 if no arguments are given. If x is a number, return x dot int and whatever for floating numbers. If x is not a number, if the base is given, x must be string bytes or byte or instance representing a number, integer, literal, and the given base. The literal default is 10, valid base are 0, 2, 30, 16, and everything like that. What about input? Print. So this is pretty useful way to check what's in that function, or how does that library or that function does. That's a really good built-in documents program to check what we're doing here. Let me see the input. So input and x integer is printing any input. Let me see. Read a string from standard input. The trailing new line is stripped. The prompt string, if given, is printed to standard output without a trailing new line before reading input. If the user hits EOF, which is the end of a file, raise EOF error. It's pretty neat. Alright, so just write a program to print some Python built-in function documents such as stuff like this. We need to write a function. And how do we do it? So how about we write, this is a pretty good question. Def, I'll say cube. And I'm going to give a number as an argument. What I wanted to talk or return here at this point is basically I want to return the cube value of the input number, stuff like that. And I want to print out, so I guess that the input number must be an integer or a float, doesn't matter, but I'm gonna just, this is my documentation of my function, so I'm gonna define my function here, and I want to return that num to the third, right? So what I'm saying is, if I want to print out the cube of 2, that should be giving me 8. If I want to print cube of 3, this should be 27. I want to just add little strings to help you understand. Cube value of 2 is, copy paste this line, and let me see, the cube root value of 3 is like that. And if I want to print out this this function's document, the way I do it is print the function name dot __ doc __. It was in parentheses, so let's see. Cube invalid syntax. Interesting. Why is it invalid? Oh, because I missed comma here. Alright, read it. Okay, I'm gonna first of all comment these 3 lines so that it will not confuse us somehow. Q value is 2, Q value 3. This is sort of printing output, the return value of okay, sweet. So this is how you do it. You know, these two are basically the printing output coming from these two lines. The other .q dot is basically print out all the documentation dot underscore underscore doc. So that's pretty interesting to know and good to know in Python. So if you ever want to define your own function and you want to add documentation for other users to understand what is going on inside your function, this is probably one of the best way to do it. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope to see you next time.